Hello everyone, how are you this fine day? Now today I want to talk to you about mail. Now when I was in the Navy, my shipmates seen my mail before I did. That's what I'm trying to tell Sheena. Now they couldn't read it, Sheena, but they can get our addresses to each other and write you in my stead. Now they were acting like a bunch of hicks to me, so I can imagine if they knew you were writing me, what they might would say to you now. Now I didn't picture it then, cause see I'm trying to be a normal heterosexual male in the Navy when I met you. I know, trying to find me a girlfriend. Well, some people join the Navy for a different reason, even though it's illegal. And one of them was in the Village People, who was a sailor. Well, it was rumored that the YMCA and the Navy are the places you go if you're into that. Well, I'm a person with a bad eye. So that's why I went into it. Not any other reason. I couldn't go Army because I can't really shoot a gun with a bad eye. I didn't go Marines because, again, you have to shoot. Air Force was too uppity. You have to be almost a perfect A student to get in there. That wasn't me. So my only option was the Navy. And I was also constantly trying to send her good letters, not bad. And I don't know what changed her mind within a month either. And I really don't, Sheena. Now, my shipmates have access to my mail before I even got to the ship. And they acted like it was my fault that you sent all the letters back because I didn't use a stamp. Well, the reason I didn't is the person who was in the mail room, he told me that I didn't have to if it was ship to ship. If you send a letter ship to ship, you don't have to use a stamp. Well, my letters, Sheena, didn't have a stamp. If someone else's letter had a stamp, that wasn't me. Now, I don't know if you kept them all. I know. Though you sent them back to me, and see, if they checked my mail first, right, and they knew they wrote you, I would still never know that, right? Now, I know you're mixed, African American and Japanese, right? Now, I would never call someone mixed the N-word anyway, because you're not. You're not. That was a derogatory term for people from the South who had slaves from Africa when they first got here, too. Now, I never used that phrase, and like a comedian, I would only use it in a comedic way, or with someone I knew for a long time, if they were comfortable with it. Now, I only used it with one African American guy, and it was not in a derogatory way. It was in a friendly way. Or he would have beat my butt. But, I was talking to him in a conversation more like, and talking about growing up in the South and how he would use the word, the N-word. And as an example, I'll use nigga instead of the N-word, and to explain that, So I said to him, we would use the nigger word in the South, but I try not to use it anymore, alright? And it was more in a conversation than to call him the N-word. It wasn't because I was mad with him or anything, or to put him down. That's the only time I ever used the N-word at all. And it was more in a conversation piece than to calling the N-word either. And when we were done, I said, hope that didn't bother you. And he was fine with it. He was fine with it. But normally I don't use the N-word unless someone uses it against me first. And, when you broke up with me, I didn't know what was going on. And that's why I started trying to push more, Because I didn't know why. I didn't know why. Now, see, the problem was you sent all the letters back to my ship, which if they wrote those letters to you and it wasn't me, and yet it seemed different handwriting even. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Because I don't know what the hell's going on. I know. That's why I did the symbol thing. In the corner. I don't know what's going on. It's why you're acting so strange, right? I thought we hit it off. I know. Well, my shipmates had it out for me since day one. I know. Because one of their buddies got electrocuted, and instead of asking the lieutenant who was down there what happened, they wanted to blame me, and I'd always probably tell them that if they were to, try and act like I did anything anyway. But I don't remember talking with them about it at all. Now, the only thing I know is I was trying to do my job, which was an electrician, right? Now, the thing was, though, I only had A school training, but no hands-on training. And like I said, now, I'm about to buy myself a new mower anyway, Big Rod, so you can keep that mower. I don't need it. I'll just get me whatever. I know you're old-fashioned, but maybe I need me an electric mower or something with a cord, because I don't give a shit. Maybe my electric bill ain't high right now. Anyway, you got a high electric bill. You might not want to use an electric lawnmower, but I do. Thanks, bye. But anyway, that's the whole point. I don't know. All I know is something weird's going on around me. And it all started before I joined the Navy. Now, the only way anything could have escalated is if I made it to Vivian's house, maybe. I don't know. And even then, I don't know what the hell went on there perfectly, but someone don't want me to remember what happened that day. That's all I know. Maybe to the point of either knocking me out or death. But I know I survived that, right? Whatever they did to me, and they showed me the car, that it was wrecked. Well, the only one who would worry about that would be Big Rod. But if I made it to Vivian's house, what else would he have to worry about? I don't know. But somehow the car wound up wrecked. And I'm wondering if it was done on purpose after we made it to Vivian's house too. Now, of course, Big Rod, if the car was wrecked, would have to go and get Marceline and show her my body, right? And pretend I was dead. But what if I wasn't dead when they put me into the ambulance? Would that not freak him out? But it'll also scare him too, but it'll also make him obsessed with me too. I know. That's what I mean there too. Now, I don't know if he had any direct influence over my shipmates or not. That would be fairly far-fetched. Because as far as I know, he was working in the sugar refinery in Mexico and shit like that. I don't know. And here in Fort Wentworth, I don't know. But it's not like I keep tabs of the man when he's at work or I'm at school or whatever. And I mean, people say shit all the time. And he brought on money, I guess, from my mom. Whatever. And like I said. But your problem is I don't forget anything, Roddy. Only thing that might make me forget something is the sleep of death. But like Lazarus, I rise from the dead. Jesus too. The boy and the girl. I can cite 4 resurrections alone in the New Testament. And Elijah resurrected a few, and so did Enoch was translated into heaven that he should not see death. I know. Now, if I'm one of the two, I can't even die, technically, till I'm in Jerusalem. Now, if you don't want to see me anymore, that's fine. I don't need to see your crazy ass. You're not acting like a good stepdad, but a brutal stepdad. That's the whole point, Big Rod. Who else could it be but you after all this time? Marceline seems to try to treat me like a son, and Renee seems to treat me like a brother. I mean, yeah, a brother. But only one who has the problem with me seems to be you. Now, I know little Roddy wasn't your son, but you knew I wasn't. So what's your problem, man? Get a set. No. Of real balls. I mean, God. How many times do we have to go over this shit? I am who I told you I am. Now and forever, no matter what you do. Stop doing it. Final warning. Well, like I said, I'm not trying to hurt you because you're my mother's husband. No. That's your only saving grace, though. I respect your marriage, but you need to respect it more than you are and quit being mean to my mom. And Renee, too, if you are to them, too. Like I said, I don't know what's going on, and this is starting to get crazier. And it only happens when I'm around y'all. And the only one who has a key is Marceline. But that don't mean you can't get one from her either. So I'm starting to suspect you too. And if your dumbass ain't gonna lock my door back when you come in, quit. But of course, I know I'm catching you by surprise. And even coming back, I guess. Why, I don't know, but I mean, unless this is a male conspiracy to stop a heterosexual male from finding himself a wife, which starting to look that way. Because all my relationships with females wind up in the dumper after a while. So I'm trying to treat them like they say they want to be treated. But that don't seem to work either, unless it's also with the mail carriers and shit like that. When I was writing Maribel, I never got a letter back from her, but that don't mean she didn't write me, right? Right. Means I just didn't get the letters back. Strange, huh? And that's the point, too. If people are writing me, I'm not getting their letters, which means there's a conspiracy in the mail. U.S. mail. U.S. Post Office. Now, you're supposed to deliver all the letters to the person they're addressed to, too. So that's how I know you're lying. There's no way no one's writing me. I know. And you're trying to keep a tight lid on it, too. I know. And you don't realize what you're doing, do you? When you resist God, God will make that which you're trying to hurt more popular than you. Not because I want to, I don't seek my own popularity, but when Elijah was doing what he was doing, he was the only one out of 7,000 who made it into the Bible, right? Right. Well, that's the point about John and Jesus and the different people who made it into that Bible. The thing is, when you do something for God, you're notable. But the more you deny the truth, the less notable you become, like Peter. Now, Paul did good for a while, but then he even fell into disarray, because he listened to Peter and not Jesus. Same with John the Beloved, or Divine. He too fell into disarray because he was listening half to Peter and half to Jesus. Who do you think he meant, Peter, when he described an angel standing on the land and the sea like you did with Jesus? Only you began to sink, and Jesus had to lift you up. Right. And he's still having to lift you up. But you're not letting him. You're still sinking. And I'm praying for you, Peter, because you need it the most. Until you can say Jesus is everything, at least, no one can be saved. But maybe me, but maybe Shane. Sorry. Because I ain't falling for your bullshit denial. I know. And I'm not denying anything, but confessing everything I see. That's the whole point. And I know why you're mad with Judas for betraying him, but he had to fulfill the scriptures. But you made him feel so guilty, he hung himself. Though you denied him, which is worse. Judas betraying him to fulfill the scriptures, and then sadly hanging himself. Or you who denied the Lord 3 times, and maybe even to your own upside down cross because you weren't worthy. I hear your message still, Peter. You're not worthy of the truth which made Constantine take over the church from the Gnostics and destroy their writings. He didn't want to deal with what they were saying because of your denial. And that's why they traced their religion back to you and not Jesus either. You notice that, right? You're the first pope, Peter, after Jesus, right? To take over for Jesus, but not do your job either. But see, God still wants to save you all, whether Catholic, Baptist, or whatever. And He's still trying to work out your salvation, but you all gotta ask backwards. Seriously. Alright, anyway, had to talk about the mail a little bit today for Sheena and Maribel in case they're trying to write me or something, I don't know. But like I said, if you're trying to write me and I'm not getting the letters, or you're not getting my letters I sent to you, what's the point after a while? It's not that I don't want to write you back, but I'm doing what I can do to reach who I can reach. Have a great day. Bye-bye.